What's up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the 80 years San Diego Comic-Con exclusive vintage Incredible Hulk action figure review. Big thanks to the fam, Shartimus Prime, for scoring this figure for me. Bro, I appreciate it so much. And also, big thank you to Henry715 for this awesome diorama. Check out his Instagram, link is in the description below. And also his YouTube channel, link is in the description below. Alright, and before I get into everything, if you could please leave a like rating on the video, it'll show your support for my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Now, with that said, let's take a look at the crushing pipe accessory first, and then we'll take a closer look at the Hulk. And taking a look at the crushing pipe accessory here, you can see it's pretty dope, man. I like the sculpting here, looking all crushed. It's pretty cool. You can see some green there, so I think that's pretty neat. You know, gives it a bit of a gamma radiation touch to the pipe. So I like that a lot. Getting it all around. Man, it's got some scrapes, some more dents. This is a really cool accessory, I will say that. You know, it's pretty light, but it feels solid. It's not pliable or anything, so this is some good material here. And the way you have him hold this is you just pretty much force it in his hand, like so, until you find that sweet spot, and boom, here you go. So it almost has this sculpt where it's like form-fitted for his fingers to hold, as you see right there. So it's really good, really sturdy, and does not fall out of his hands. Looking at these two 80-year Hulks side by side, there's not really much to go over except few paint differences and sculpts here and there. So as you can see, the green is obviously different. The veins are painted in a dark green. You know, this guy has a light green, this guy has a darker shade of green. Head sculpt is obviously different between the two. These pants have a light shade paint job at the bottom, so that looks real nice, as well as the rips around the pants, where this one doesn't. This one has a sculpted hand to hold the crushing pipe, obviously. This one has a darker color purple for the pants and has some wash and shading around it. Taking a look at the head sculpt here. For the most part, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't know what they were going for in terms of the dark eyeshadow here, or just a dark shadow on his face. I mean, were they going for like that Nightcrawler dark shadow vibe? I don't know. Were they going for a particular artist style? I'm not sure of that. It does look familiar. I just can't pinpoint who. I mean, for the most part, the sculpt is nice. I like the yelling mouth. That's really cool. His eyes being painted light green. So I like it. You know, the hairstyle maybe I'm not so crazy about. It's just so weird. It's like this freaking Hulk has a fade, man. It's like Bruce Banner doesn't have a fade. How the hell does he go from that to having a fade when he transforms into the Hulk? So it makes no sense to me. Just has a set of hair at the top right there, but for the most part, that sculpt is nice. For the most part, I think I like this shade of green more so than the 2-pack Hulk. I remember the original vintage Toy Biz Hulk had a lighter shade of green like the 2-pack Hulk, so I want to know why they went with this for a vintage look. I think the two should have been swapped, but that's just my opinion here. Again, I like how the veins are colored in a darker shade of green, so that's really cool. The only thing that bugs me is that the veins are painted, but here at the top, as you can see, the top veins around his neck are not painted, so that's just the same as the skin tone. So you can see that the veins right here are painted, but I just don't know why they left that to be unpainted. Weird choice. I don't know. Little things like that can bug me. Other than that, man, I think he's really cool. I feel like the arms are a different shade than the chest here. Yeah, I can see that this is a different shade than the actual torso area, so that's strange. That is just weird, and I kind of don't like that. You know, I like when the paint is consistent throughout. Looking at the pants here, you can see it's a darker shade of purple. You got some light shading throughout certain areas. Looking around, especially in the pockets, my light, you know, you might see it here and there. My lights are pretty hot, so it's kind of hard to identify it. But same goes with like the green shading here. Like in person, like I couldn't tell until I put this camera on, and I'm like, whoa, it's totally different. Things you can pinpoint out when looking at things through a DSLR. Anyway, yeah, you know, you got the shading around the ripped jeans and stuff. I like that, especially on the tips. I like that it's not sculpted and attached to the leg, so you don't have to worry about any paint bleeds there. And looking at the Hulk feet. Alright, to cover articulation with the Hulk, his head looks that far up. That's pretty much all you can get, man. It's not that great. His head looks down, and it moves left, right. You got some pivot. It is a ball joint, so it does move around. Arms move that far up, and moves down all around. You got the butterfly shoulder rocker joint. You got the bicep swivel, elbow swivel, single jointed elbow, wrist hinge, wrist swivel. His ab crunch moves that far down, and it moves that far back. It can pivot side to side. He swivels at the waist. You got his legs that move that far apart, so your Hulk can almost do a full split. Some good range. His legs move that far up and that far back. You got leg rotation, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and no heel to the butt right there. You got his ankles that move up that far, down that low, and you got the ankle pivot. And for some comparisons, here he is next to the Toys R Us exclusive Ed McGuinness Hulk, and here he is next to the MCU possessed Hulk. And I feel like if this Hulk and this Hulk had a baby, they would make this, because it literally looks like that. It takes inspiration from these veins with the dark colored veins, and then the Ed McGuinness style of the color, the shading and all that. Especially since the possessed Hulk has those crazy dark eyes. And here he is next to the Annihilus Build-A-Figure Wave Gladiator Hulk. Here he is next to one of his enemies, Absorbing Man. And big shout out to DJM Customs for making me this custom brick arm for Absorbing Man. Link is in the description below. And here he is next to one of his biggest rivals, Abomination Bath from the Civil War wave. And here he is next to the Sentinel re-edit Hulkbuster, and this is the closest of a comic accurate Hulkbuster that I have in my collection. I used to have the Toy Biz Hulkbuster, but that one broke, unfortunately. And I hope one day that Hasbro makes a classic comic Hulkbuster bath in the near future to go along with this Hulk. That would be awesome. And finally, here he is next to the big three. Here are your big four, and man, they look amazing together. Let me know which one of these three you want me to review next. Thor, Captain America, or Iron Man? Alright guys, so that was my review of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive vintage Hulk. And let me know what you guys think about this Hulk. So personally, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I don't think that this figure needed to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Hulk is a popular enough character as it is. He would fly off the shelves if Hasbro decided to do a public solo release for this figure. I know the Hulk 2-pack is a fan channel exclusive. It's just kind of strange to me that they would put both Hulks as an exclusive. My thing is, if you have the 80 years 2-pack Hulk, this one is not a necessity at all. The 2-pack Hulk will most likely be your definitive Hulk. So if you missed out on this one but have the 80-year 2-pack Hulk, no regrets there. The crushing pipe accessory is pretty cool. I will say that. I mean, you know, it's just what... I guess it comes down to the paint job and the style that you prefer. Do you like this head sculpt more than the other one? I love the other one more. I kind of wish it was the same shade of green, whether this one was like the same as the 80-year 2-pack or the 80-year 2-pack is the same as this one, so we could swap heads. Not taking anything away from this figure. I feel like it's a great figure because, well, it's basically the same Hulk that we got in the 2-pack. Again, with some differences. If you feel the need to buy it, definitely go get it, you know, whether you're just a Hulk fan or just want different variations. So, bottom line, it's a great figure, but it did not have to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking there. It should have been reserved for another character. Leave a like rating on the video if you enjoyed my review. Leave a comment, we'll chat about it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. Peace, peace.